So welcome back to my series of references of Italian stuff and other things in the Vento Aureo animation. In this episode I will be going over episode 27 and 28. So I finally found out which building is that building present in all iterations of this moment, and it's a church called Chiesa Stella Maris, and it's a church from the 60s more or less. Yeah, it has interesting architecture, and one of the most interesting things I found about it is that the columns has a weird shape, which kind of reminded me like of Abbacchio's Moody Blues stone imprint that he does later on. And yeah, all of this can be a stretch because the building is a little bit different than what the manga is, but maybe he made it a bit more normal looking to distract less. At a certain point we see the boss eating a frog. The thing with frog eating is that, apart from France, northern Italy has a very frog eating tradition, when frogs were more present and there wasn't a fungus that was killing all frogs in the world. When we see Abbacchio eating, he is eating at a restaurant in Piazza San Domenico in Naples. The obelisk we see is the obelisk of San Domenico Maggiore. You can see it for the tower, for the restaurants, so it's that. And he's eating spaghetti with sugo with olive. On the other plate is a mortadella with bacon, a Casa Silena wine. When we see the corpse of Abbacchio, he assumes a pose very not unlike the deposition of Christ of Mantegna. Later on we see at a certain moment, Crescentine moments, what these flowers represent is prosperity, happiness and well-being in general. But in Italy is also the flower of deceased and is used to mourn the dead. In Japan is an important flower. It's the national flower and the family emblem of the empire, gifted to important events as a symbol of peace. It has a legend correlated to it in which, seeing the flower, death itself decides to give a second choice to a woman and her daughter. And finally, the yellow variant of this flower indicates a neglected love, and the red ones is for confessions. We see yet another deposition of Christ here, and Araki should probably just calm down with the deposition of Christ. And yeah, those were all the things I found in episode 27 and 28 of the Vento Aureo animation.